Hello guys and welcome back. My name is Craig and this is To The Garage and Beyond. Right now I am slightly inside my 2002 Ford F350. It has the 7.3 power stroke diesel engine in it with the 4-speed automatic transmission, dual rear end, 8-foot bed. So about 3 weeks ago I got in the truck and I was going to go to church, and I dropped it down into drive and I took off, and the truck shifted 1 or 2 gears. I only think it ever got to the second gear, and it just wouldn't shift past second gear. So I ended up pulling over to the side of the road and putting it into reverse, backing it up, and dropped it back down into drive, and away I went, and it shifted the rest of the gears just fine. That Thursday, I was driving down the highway, and I was running really low on fuel, so I was just wondering if I threw it up into neutral, if it would help the truck get some better fuel economy. When I threw it up into neutral and then I went to go back down to drive, once again I couldn't seem to get out of second gear. I've just put about 7,000 miles onto the truck, pulling a load behind it for almost all of that mileage, 90% of the mileage, and so I'm leaning towards the transmission fluid needs to be changed. But still not sure what's going on. Then Wednesday morning I went to leave and go to my next destination on this road trip, and I left, and the same issue. It was like it wouldn't shift out of second gear, and I was driving down the road, and I couldn't get it to shift out of second gear, and so I was like, okay, this is weird. So I ended up stopping, reversing it, and then putting it into drive again, and I crushed like 400 miles that day. I got to the first rest area and I left the truck running, but I put it in park, left the truck running, and came out, and it was able to go straight into drive. So it's not every single time that I was having this issue, but I was able to put it into drive, and I was able to drive off. The next rest area, which was 40 miles up the road that I stopped at, I had a check engine light come on, like 2-3 miles away from the rest area. So I went in and I stopped, and I checked. The breeder said that there was nothing there. I cleared it, but I shut off the engine and I restarted the engine when I went to leave, and it wouldn't shift again. So same issue, like it would go from first to second, and then that was it. So I got underneath the truck and I messed with the shifter down there. There's a little digital electric sensor underneath these trucks. This thing right here. So I messed around with this a little bit, but I spun it all the way one way, and then the truck wouldn't start at all. And then I think I put it back where it was, and I was able to get it to start, and I just was looking for one more miracle. So the truck started, and I went down my way merrily and happily, and I kept on going, and I didn't stop until I got to my destination. So with that in mind, I did some talking with some gentlemen, and the one suggested that I look at the column because of issues. he said that there's an adjustment on the back side of this column, and I don't see it yet, but I'm gonna put the key in, and there we are. A really good shift to the reverse. Neutral. There's just a lot of slop you see right here. That's neutral. There's drive. So it's in drive right now. Neutral. Maybe drive. So I'm looking around. Well, I need to keep that on. So I'm looking around at this, trying to see if I can find, I think my friend was saying that there's an adjustment knob back here. So I'm looking around and I have found something. Pause that. I found something, so I want to show you guys it, just in case. Alright, we're underneath here, right? So I'm going to try and do this. Alright, we want to focus on, if I can get my hand somewhere around there. Focus on that right there. That metal bar. That metal bar is connected to that rubber tube, plastic tube right there. See if I can get a good angle shot. Alright, trying. Would have been easier earlier in the day, but my battery on the camera was dead. Alright, trying to get everything out of the way. Alright, so there's a column. You might be able to see that there's that cable and it connects to it. So when I adjust the lever, right, put the brake in, there's reverse, that should be neutral. It does have a lot of slop there, and there's drive, second and first. Now zoom out and look at that. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it, but right where those screws meet the column, they are loose. Oops. They're loose. So I'm going to try and tighten them and see if that takes care of my problem, which would be really nice. Because if not, then it's leaning towards it might be the transmission. Alright, come on. Right, let's see. This is gonna be kind of difficult because I can't really see what I'm trying to look at, and then I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it either. You know what? That's the wrong direction. That's the wrong direction. Oh my goodness. Issues. Having some issues right now. Trying to get this set up. All right. Tighten that there. And then look at that next one. Pretty loose. All I'm saying is if I can tighten this by hand, really loose. Ooh. We're trying. All right. That one's good. Better. I mean, that's at least 3/4 of the revolution of that brake, of that column. Come on now. 'Cause I need a new flashlight. Put the brake in. One. That should be neutral. Drive. Oh. Second. First. Nice. Those are nice, good clicks, guys. That's neutral. Park. Drive. Neutral. Second. That should be first. Oh yes, just a huge difference, right? Come on up here. All right. There's reverse, right? Let's drive. That's reverse. Backup camera's working. Neutral, drive. I need to fix the reader. Second, first. Much better shifts. You can hear the difference. I think this is it. All right. I don't know why. Yep. All right. Let's see, actually. All right. So, there we go. I still have a lot of it undone. I still have the covers on it. But we'll see. That was a good shift. I know I'm in drive. Oh. I mean, it's a moaning, groaning, complaining. Which direction do I want to go? Woo. Here we go. Made it all the way to third. I'm gonna probably do a little bit more driving around just to see, but I think that that's all the problem was. All right, so I just figured I'd make a quick end of the video. That seems to be the issue, and Lord willing, that is the issue, is it just wasn't finding the right gear. We'll see, time will tell, but as of right now, I think that that's the problem. And if not, then I'll have to find something else to do. Hopefully it's not the transmission. It doesn't seem like it's a transmission, because this transmission, when it was running through all 4 gears, it would shift and drop down and shift up and shift down just fine. Yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go out and buy another tranny filter for it and drop all the fluid in the pan, drop the pan, change the transmission filter out, put the fluid in. One of my friends is suggesting I do that like 2 or 3 times. It wouldn't really hurt at all to do it. I did it about 25,000 miles ago, and we're hitting to that 30,000 mile mark for these 7.3s. The transmission, I've been told you're supposed to change it every 30,000 miles, so we're just about there, ready to do another oil change on it, which it's been about a year since I did it, I think, so not too bad. But it's kind of up in the air. The question is, you know, should I do it, should I not? I'm gonna keep doing it because I want that transmission to last as long as possible. Whenever that transmission does go out, we'll look at changing it to a bigger transmission, see if that's a viable option. I think it would it would help out tremendously for fuel economy. But we'll have to see what's available and the price differences at the time. So anyways, thank you guys for watching.